Hey guys, Callens here, and today we are back with a brand new episode of This Week News. Now, if you're new to the channel and don't know what the series is about, it's a series where I basically pretend to be scarce but twice as fat, or I pretend to be Keemstar without the beard or the bald head. That being said, let's get into our first story. Now, our first story is about the whole iDub situation, which, if you don't know what's going on, I did a video on it, link in the description down below, as well as a card. So to sum it up all briefly and such, iDubbbz' girlfriend, Anicia, decided to make an OnlyFans, and a bunch of people clowned on iDubbbz for it, and then iDubbbz said that, you know what, he's okay with Anicia's OnlyFans, and then a bunch of people started clowning on him for that, even more so than before. So with that being said, a lot of people are clowning on him, including his quote-unquote arch nemesis, Leafy. Yes, Leafy came back from the dead to roast iDubbbz in a 30-second video.
My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know.
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
So yeah, as you saw in the video, Leafy said very simply, dude, you're a cuck. And that's it. Now, Leafy's return was kind of anticipated when Keemstar made a drama alert, and in the drama alert, he did mention Leafy was planning on making a response video.
Well, I was on a call with Leafy last night via Skype with Billy the Fridge and a few others, and while we were talking about this, and apparently Leafy is planning on making a response.
Because if you guys don't already know, iDubbbz content cops Leafy, which if you guys don't know what content cop is, it's basically iDubbbz's critique video where he basically critiques a YouTuber in question. What he actually does is just critiques them and talks about their flaws and such, and he's done a bunch of them. He's done one on Tana Mojo, done one on Leafy, Rice Gum, Keemstar, and a bunch of other people, but ultimately it's just a critique video. And Leafy's original response to that, sorry, was not well received. Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me. So it was kind of interesting to see him clap back and finally take the W. Now, along with this return, a lot of people were anticipating whether or not Leafy's going to come to stay, or if he's just going to fade back into darkness once again. Now after Leafy uploaded the video, Keemstar did do an interview with him, and it turns out that Leafy's 30-second video was, well, 30 seconds because Leafy did have only the trial version of Sony Vegas or Vegas Pro or whatever you call it. I don't know. Something interesting that was mentioned on the Drama Alert interview, Leafy said he might come back, but it was a huge might, and overall it was mostly Keemstar begging Leafy to return.
You've heard it here from Leafy, who is now currently here and might stay here. That's a big might. Drama Alert Nation.
Big might.
Drama Alert Nation now over
Not even a might. Fuck this website.
Come back! Just come
Dude,
back!
all the fucking videos. I look at my all the videos I uploaded, every single one of them. It's like yellow check mark, copyright claim. I think there's even a copyright claim on the video I made at 30 seconds, dude.
Almost
it makes
every
no fucking sense.
Almost every video I upload gets demonetized as well.
Now, the reason why I don't think Leafy's going to return is he's pretty adamant on YouTube being a really shitty platform, which, you know, I don't disagree with him on that part. I do definitely agree with him on that. However, he's very adamant about it, and he does not really want to return, because on top of YouTube being a shitty platform that demonetizes a bunch of videos and such, now another issue is the fact that Leafy's been burnt out. You know, he's done YouTube for like 4 years until like 2018 when he finally, you know, got into his breaking point, and he ended up having to just stop doing YouTube. And on top of YouTube not promoting his videos to subscribers, not sending out his video to new people in the recommendations, and overall Leafy's channel being stagnated, he kind of just got burnt out on top of the fact that YouTube was disrespecting him and just in general not treating him fairly because of the quote-unquote edgy content that he would upload. So with that in mind, it's kind of understandable as to why he doesn't want to return, and it's perfectly reasonable to say the least. Now, my whole thoughts on the situation is that I think the video was, first of all, well made, and even though it was just a 30-second clip and just 5 words uttered by the Leafy, I think it was well made, simple, and to the point. Now, others have disagreed with this and said that the video was just too short and just it was rushed and not what they expected, which I'm assuming they were expecting a 14-minute long rant. However, in my own humble opinion, I think making a 14 to 15 to 20 minute rant on iDubbbz being a cuck is kind of ridiculous. I know I did that, but that's because, you know, I'm just a shitty YouTuber. Whereas Leafy, you know, the whole point of him coming back was so that he could clap back and, you know, take the dub. So if he made a 14 to 20 minute long video, I don't know if it would have been as well received, because it would have just been too long, and I'm sure he would have overdone it. So I think that sticking to the short and simple 30-second response that he did was very well done, and irregardless of whether or not it was because fucking Sony Vegas could only render 30 seconds a clip, or if it was because he just intended to have a shortened version of a response, doesn't matter. I think it was well done, and I applaud Leafy for that one. Now for our next story, it kind of revolves around the iDubbbz Leafy controversy, but you know, I know it's getting repetitive. However, it's a little bit different. Now, iDubbbz's girlfriend Anicia, about a couple years back, was kind of flirting with Leafy, actually. Here are some joking tweets of her, quote-unquote, flirting and, you know, basically trying to get him to fuck, you know? But Anicia did come out on Twitter stating that these were all jokes taken out of context, and people were kind of being slimy sleazeballs and just overall shitty people for trying to take these tweets out of context and make it look like it was something that it wasn't. Now, on one hand, I kind of want to take her word for that fact because, you know, I mean, she's the one who tweeted it, for fuck's sake. But on the other hand, it doesn't look like jokes. I mean, looking at the way they were tweeted and how often she would, quote-unquote, bait these, quote-unquote, big YouTubers, which in this case was just Leafy, it just seems very odd that she would tweet him 7, 8, 9, 10 times and try to bait him all those times. It just doesn't seem plausible or even likely that she just did it because, oh, she wanted to bait him. Now, sure, she could be telling the truth, but I don't know, man. I mean, when you tweet someone 10 different times in a flirtatious, suggestive, sexual manner the way she did, it just seems a bit, you know, a bit suspicious, to say the least, especially considering the circumstances. Now for the next story, I'm not entirely sure if I'm qualified to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I find it to be really, really interesting. However, if you want to hear a more detailed description of what has gone on, I'll link 3 videos in the description down below. 2 are from Bo Blacks, who does awesome tweet reading videos, as well as one from Nicholas Diorio, which is a 1 hour and 20 minute long discussion about why Bunty King is not a very good person. Now, that's kind of the topic we're talking about, Bunty King. Now, Bunty King, he's kind of messed up this past couple of weeks, and he's done and said some rather interesting and overall just not very nice things to Ricky Berwick. Now, if you guys don't know who Ricky Berwick is, he is a comedian who makes funny videos on the internet, whether it be on YouTube and Twitter, and he makes funny responses when people say something on Twitter. He will usually respond with like a video or something like that. He is incredibly funny, very genuine and nice person on the internet and in real life, I'm assuming. I personally have never met him or talked to him in real life, but from what I've heard from other people who have spoke to him in real life, he is a very genuine, nice person. Now Bunty King, which is the YouTuber in question, former YouTuber should I say in question, who's also a self-proclaimed cuck.
I'm a cuck. I'm a fucking cuck, guys. Yo, like, share, and subscribe.
I mean, I don't know, man, but there's this video that he made a long time ago about where he jokingly calls himself a cuck. Now, he ended up calling Ricky Berwick a piece of shit.
That resulted in him saying that Ricky Berwick is a piece of shit. Yes, the fun, lighthearted cripple on Twitter, who has been nothing but nice to me and everybody else that I know of, is a piece of shit? Apparently.
Which is just astoundingly just stupid. You don't call someone that who's just the most genuine and nicest person on the internet. Like Ricky Berwick isn't the type of guy to clout chase. He's not the type of guy to be just like, he's not a dick. He's not a bad person. He's a very nice and genuine person. And if you just see his online persona, it's very clear where his heart and true intentions lie. Whereas when you look at Bunty King, he seems kind of ignorant to the truth, and honestly, it's quite insane to me personally. Now, aside from all the drama that happened years ago, the main drama we're talking about today is about how he called Ricky Berwick a piece of shit, like I said earlier. And the reason why he claims to have called him that is because Ricky kind of ended their friendship, which, by the way, they were friends about a year ago, because he, quote-unquote, got mad that Bunty King blocked a user. Now, looking at it from Bunty King's perspective, yes, that's kind of a bit of an overreaction. However, that's only half of the story. Now, Ricky Berwick said this 3, 4, 5 times to Bunty King as he kept trying to as Bunty King kept saying that Ricky Berwick only got mad at him because he blocked someone. This is what Ricky Berwick had to say.
You always didn't like to listen to people, and I noticed that over the years, even with me. Granted, you don't have to listen to us, but you got yourself into political drama. When I saw it, I reached out. I'm like, Bunty, you shouldn't get into this mess. You're like, no, this is my calling. Political stuff is my calling, Ricky. I'm like, okay. And when it got worse, I reached out again. I'm like, Bunty, seriously. And it got more passive-aggressive to me. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm done. If he does anything more shitty, I'm going to keep calling him out. I don't care. And when he did that thing to James, when he blocked him over a joke, that was the final nail in the coffin.
So yeah, it was more than just a block. It was more than just this man, Bunty King, blocking one of Ricky Berwick's friends or whatever. It was more than just that. It was a bunch of things leading up to that. Now, this whole drama ended when they ended up going on a Discord chat or something and just basically talking it out and saying, we're just going to ignore this drama. We're not going to talk about this. What's done and what's been done is done, and we're just going to leave it at it as is, I don't know where he tweeted out that Ricky Berwick is a piece of shit. I don't know where. He just quote tweeted some random dude and said, yeah, no, Ricky Berwick is the piece of shit, not me.
And now, here we are at the main event. Big E responds to one of Bunty King's tweets by saying, weren't you a piece of shit to Ricky, or am I misremembering? Bunty then replies, nah, Ricky was a piece of shit to me. But that doesn't fit your reality, you fucking weirdo.
So it upsets me because you as an adult made this claim to want to be a mature adult and just bury the hatchet and, let bygones be bygones, basically. Sure, you're not going to be friends with Ricky anymore, obviously, after all this drama, but you weren't going to be a vindictive cunt. You weren't going to be an absolute asshole and continue the drama about it that ended over a year ago. Yet no, he continues to go on and on and on and on and on about it. And it just goes to show what a complete moron this dude is. And what shows it best is this clip from Bo Blacks.
Bunty responds by saying, you threw our friendship in the shitter because I wouldn't unblock someone that very clearly didn't like me to begin with. Shut the fuck up. The internet is big enough for the both of us. Ricky then responds by saying this.
The blocking was the nail on the coffin. It was the cherry on top. It was the volcano eruption.
Anyways, moving on, Bunty replies to Arab by saying, then what was the point of throwing the relationship under the bus and then start to roll with these goons? Over a block? Do you not see how absurd that is? Ricky then responds with this Twitter video.
It wasn't just over the block. It was years of buildup that I tried to ignore because you were my friend, but I got too annoyed of your attitude.
Bunty King responds by saying, Ricky, I literally never did shit to you and was always down to chill with you. You are such a lunatic, lol. Stop yelling into the camera at me and go back to your corner of the internet.
I'm perfectly fine with people having an opinion on something. However, this dude literally states 3, 4 times in a fucking row, that Ricky Berwick ended their friendship because of a block. Ricky Berwick tells him 3, 4 times in a row that it was more than just a block, that it was something else, that it was more. It was events leading up to this block, and this block was the boiling point. So it's astounding to me how fucking unself-aware this idiot actually is. And what pisses me off more is just the amount of times he calls his detractors cucks.
You are both a clown and a cuck. The fuck are you on about, you sad anonymous cuck? Because by his own definition, he is a cuck. Me too! Come here and hug me! You're literally my favorite cuck right now. These people are intellectually. No one's missing the point. Your cucked out brain isn't capable of processing information that doesn't fit in your reality. You are such a dumb cuck.
Anyone who disagrees with this man is ultimately just a cuck, you know? I guess I better go call my buddy Tyrone to go smash my girlfriend while I watch, because I disagree with this guy heavily. I guess I'm a cuck now. I'm gonna go call Tyrone. Hello Tyrone, I know you're busy smashing Anicia, but can you please smash my girlfriend too, because I'm apparently a cuck now, because I disagree with this weird dude on the internet, and because I apparently disagree with him, I'm a cuck now, I guess, you know. Yeah, so, sorry to bug you, Tyrone. Keep doing what you're doing, bud. Now, our next story revolves around a YouTuber known as Suzy Lou. Now, I never talked about this drama when it first came out, but recent events have inclined me to talk about it on my This Week News video. Now, this all comes from Nicholas the Oreo once again. I'll link to his Twitter in the description down below. Give him a follow. He's a nice dude who makes some nice tweets and shit. And also subscribe to him on YouTube as well. Nicholas the Oreo makes some high quality content. So Nicholas the Oreo ended up tweeting out some stuff about Tipster, which is another news channel on YouTube as well as Twitch, where Tipster's videos got flagged down for cyberbullying and harassment. Okay guys, an update to the Suzy Lou situation. She ended up making a few tweets that I ended up finding out from Scarce. But one of her tweets reads as follows: if you're a creator, no matter the size, and you have been targeted by hate channels on YouTube, send me an email. We're making changes, and any information you can share will help make YouTube a better place for creators at Team YouTube. Now, what do you mean by hate videos, Miss Suzy Lou? Well, she does provide some context for that, because someone replies to this saying, so hate now means legitimate critique of a person, and she replies with, there's a difference between criticism and stating someone's appearance and spreading slander about their business, i.e., Suzy Lou is abusing this and that. That's false opinion and hate. Very different. Now, let that sink in for a second. False opinion. Do you guys know what a false opinion is? Because I don't fucking know what a false opinion is. Opinions are subjective. You can subjectively think something is funny or not. You can subjectively think that someone is in the right or not. There is no objection when it comes to opinions. That's where facts come in. I'm not objectively saying that Suzy Lou is a bad person. She's not objectively a bad person. By fact, she's not a bad person. However, in my opinion, subjectively speaking, she's a bad person. Subjectively speaking, she has done some not so good things, such as abusing copyright. These are subjective opinions, not false opinions. These are subjective opinions. These are opinions that is my own. They're not false, because you can't have a false opinion, you dumb bitch. Jesus Christ, you make me lose brain cells, dude. Seriously? She even goes on to say, it's funny how people bully others for months and then play the victim when karma comes back around. Sending your 5-year-old fans to dislike and hate on my appearance won't change a thing. This is just the beginning. Now, I'm not bullying you, Suzy Lou, so you better not take down this fucking video because I'm saying this. I'm saying that it's wrong to use YouTube's rules to try and abuse their systems to take down creators you disagree with. Because why? Because you don't like the things we say to you? Well, you're the one putting this on yourself. It just doesn't make sense. And if you want to make an argument that the fans are making fun of you by calling you out on your looks or something like that, making fun of your appearance, which she does say, it's not the YouTuber's fault. This is an argument that's been going on for years with different creators. It's not the YouTuber's fault. The YouTube comments will do whatever they want to do. People who watch our videos as YouTubers will go out and leave hate comments or leave like disapproval comments, or they might leave mean and bully like comments, but that's not my fault. I did not send that hate towards you. In fact, I always say this in both my description as well as right now in this video. I'm going to say it. Don't send hate to the creators I talk about. Now for a final story of the video. It's a rather sad one and involves CallMeCarson. Now at the beginning of March, Carson said on Twitter that he's going to be taking an indefinite break because he's going through a depressive state. He's depressed, he's currently on antidepressants, and he's overall not in a good mental state. Now, his fans had an overwhelmingly positive reaction to this, in the sense that they were there for him and supportive, and they were there to, help him get through this and told him it's okay, just take a break, do what you need to do to get better, and we'll see you sometime in the future. And I have to agree, Carson should take a break from the internet if he is not feeling well, if he's depressed, and he needs some time to collect himself, whether it be a month, years, or however long it takes. I definitely think that's a good thing to do for Carson. I definitely do support him in this scenario. Now, just a couple days ago, however, Carson admitted on Reddit, or confirmed, on Reddit, that his girlfriend allegedly cheated on him with another dude named Fritz. Now, I don't know his girlfriend. I never heard of her before, and I've never heard of this dude Fritz. Apparently, he's one of the co-hosts on the Misfits podcast. Again, I don't watch that podcast personally, so I don't really know. Now, Carson did say on Reddit that he doesn't want people to, start some major drama about it. And speaking of which, Keemstar and Kavos have both covered the story, and they've both been getting lots and lots and lots of hate on Twitter for it. Like, lots of people, mostly Carson fans, as well as K-pop stans as well, surprisingly, were going after Keemstar and Kavos about the situation, basically calling them assholes for covering it. I can't call them assholes, obviously, because I'm covering the story as well, but I'm just going to keep it short and simple just to avoid as much, drama. I don't think it's okay that his girlfriend cheated on him. And if you watch Kavos' video, he does show Twitch clips from Carson's girlfriend, and it does seem like she's a gold digger of some sorts. She does seem like she's the type of person to basically date Carson just because she wanted clout, and then now she wants to leave him for Fritz. And not to mention that Fritz and Carson were also best friends too, which just goes to show how terrible these people are. And I really do feel bad for Carson in this case. He's definitely been put in a very terrible situation, and what makes it worse is both Kate, his girlfriend, as well as Fritz, they both knew that he was going through this depression. They both knew about it. It's not like they just chose to fucking fuck and behind his back, randomly, and were like, oh shit, I'm sorry, we didn't know that you're feeling depressed. No, they did it. And even though they knew that it would destroy him, they still did it. But with that being said, I'm sorry to end on such a sour note. I do apologize for that, but this is the shit that happened this week, and I'm recording this on a lovely Friday, so if anything happens over the weekend, I do apologize. It won't be in this video, but if some major news does happen over the weekend after this video has been recorded, I will do separate videos on them on Monday and upload them whenever I get the chance to. Yeah, hopefully this video will be out on Sunday, and if that's the case, hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. With that being said, hope you guys did enjoy. Goodbye and farewell.